Hello, Earth Science. I just want to take you through the geologic timeline Regents problems that I gave you yesterday on your way out of class. I wanted to be there today to go over those, but I wasn't able to. So this first one here, one of the earliest humans appear on Earth is going to be during the Pleistocene epoch. The Pleistocene is an epoch. And we're going to find this information, of course, right at the very top of the reference table because we are a very recent addition to Earth. Humans are here. The Pleistocene is here. It's the best fit for that particular question. Which group of organisms have the shortest record of life on Earth? And for this, we're going to want to use this information here. And the correct answer is the placoderm fish. And which fossil sequence is in order from oldest to youngest? So we're using two pieces of information from the reference table here. We're using the index fossils, which are at the bottom of the reference table, in particular A, B, and C. And then we are then also looking at their location here in the reference table. And once we analyze that information, the correct answer is letter D. And which two types of organisms survive both mass extinctions that occurred at the end of the Permian? Which two types of organisms both survived the mass extinction that occurred at the end of the Permian period? So for this, we are looking at the end of the Permian. Here, mass extinction of many land and marine organisms, including trilobites. Then we're going down to see who actually made it through that and when. Here's the extinction event here. When we take a look at that information, we come up with corals and vascular plants. We're able to do that. Devonian age fossils found in New York State bedrock, such as, I'm never good at saying these guys, I'll do my best, Mammoths and Mucrosporiferer, I know I said that one wrong, provide evidence that parts of New York State was once, and this is going to be under a shallow sea containing tropical waters. If you look at these organisms, they look like ocean-dwelling organisms, which is going to be your good indicator that these other ones just are not, they're just poor choices for this one. So this one here is a map showing the location of a crater that was created 65.5 million years ago by an asteroid impact. This is often believed to be the location of the crater that led to the extinction of the dinosaurs. So if that meteorite came from space, it appears as though, we know a huge meteorite hit right here and it appears to line up with the extinction of the dinosaurs. So we think that that was the final nail in the coffin for our dinosaur friends here. This one here we have diagram 1 is a drawing of a seafloor environment during the Carboniferous period, and diagram 2 is a swamp forest environment during that same time. The Carboniferous is one of the periods in our reference table. It says, which type of rock would fossils of organisms A and B most likely be found? Now, even if you don't know that A is a crocodile thing, B is a crocodile thing and A is a fish, you can just look at these choices here and you know that fossils are only contained in sedimentary rock. Only one of our choices is a sedimentary rock. Clastic sedimentary rock are the ones that house fossils because of little pieces of, say, like sand, like sandstone. Sand fills in around the organism and it allows it to be preserved. The image of the animal is preserved in the sandstone, more so than, like, say, coal or something like that. If the fish labeled A in diagram 1 are placoderms, the diagram represents conditions during which geologic epoch. So really what they're saying is what epoch were placoderms alive in. So this involves you going to the reference table, and unfortunately with that PDF you have to kind of go across the reference table here. So what I'm saying is you find placoderm fish on here. They didn't live very long, and then you got to follow this over and figure out when were they alive here And I remember this one. Hold on a second. Yeah. Yeah. I remember, actually, this question is a problem. And Jack, I think you brought this question up to me quickly, and I jumped on a phone call. Um, this question actually is making me feel like this because there isn't a good answer here. The placoderm fish were dead at the end of the Devonian, and this Carboniferous period started after the Devonian, so the placoderm fish wouldn't be alive here, so these wouldn't be placoderms, and this is truly the Carboniferous. So there is no good answer for that, and I apologize for that. I don't really know why that question exists, period. And why I put it on here, it's even more puzzling. Which statement can best be supported by the fossil record? And here we're looking at that most life forms on Earth have become extinct. And that is true. We had a wide variety, big diversity of life. Most of the animals that ever lived are dead. I'm sorry if that's sad to you. But that is true, and that is true in the reference table too. Once you break it down and analyze how many different types of animals we had, most of them are not here now. During which geologic time period did the earliest reptiles and great coal-forming forests exist? So this is going to involve using the Life on Earth column. Here. And what we'll find here is that the great coal-forming forests extensive coal-forming forests are going to be here in the Carboniferous period. And the smaller division here of this period is called the Pennsylvanian. It gives us this answer here. Okay, number 11 this is a concept that we haven't really studied yet, but we're going to be, especially next week. It's called correlation of rock units. Is when you have rock outcrops. An outcrop is like you can see the rock layers, but they're separated by some distance. And how do you bring them together? And one of the ways they do that is using these index fossils. And they're saying major fossils contained within each rock layer are shown, and they labeled the valleys X and Y and Z. And you have this here. Which fossil is would most likely be found in the same siltstone layer as the Cryptolithus fossil? So you got a couple steps here. Okay, number one, figure out who the heck is Cryptolithus. And we can find that, of course, in the reference table. Start scanning, and you'll find that Cryptolithus is this nice looking fellow right here. And we want to know who would be alive when Cryptolithus, which is right here, would be alive. So what we want to do is find the letter for Cryptolithus, which is B. Find it here. We got some choices here. D, K, J, T, W. So let's take a look. D, looks like we got this fella here at D, and I'm pretty sure I just saw him in there. There he is. You could check the other ones as well, but I happen to know from doing this problem before that is the right answer. These existed much later. And then the back one here says the cartoon below illustrates possible interaction between mammoths and humans. During which geologic time span could this game have occurred? It's pulling the mammoth's tail and run. And here, again, it almost goes back to the first question. Humans were around very, very recently, so you're looking for the one that is the most recent, and so was the woolly mammoth, by the way. And if we look, we remember, or you may remember just from the one we did as number one, the Pleistocene is a time when humans were around, so the Pleistocene epoch. Guys, I'd like you to put however many number you would have gotten right over 12, just so I can see. You'll get 100 for doing it in class. And then I want you to turn it into the box. Today you're going to be working on an assignment called review time. I want you to do the answers right in the packet. I know you're not going to finish today, and I'm going to give you more time to finish in class tomorrow, but I want you to get as many done as you can today, because I don't want to take a ton of class time tomorrow to do it, and it's something that we're going to go over together. So get going on that, and we will see you tomorrow.